everybody, this is TMG Podcast. This is episode 42, and this is the podcast about everything video games. This is Carlos, and with me is Will.
Hey!
And Miggy.
Hey, guys.
And technically it's Comic-Con. It's not anymore.
But that's not so much video game stuff, but it's a lot of cool geeky news still coming out.
Yeah.
And there's a few comic video game things too.
Is it? Well, it's kind of light. It's actually, this Comic-Con was pretty exciting because the fact we have Avengers 2, Batman vs. Superman, all these comic movies, superhero movies, just throwing out these teasers and these posters, and then, everybody's going crazy. But in terms of the games, it's kind of light compared to last year.
Definitely, not as much gaming stuff for sure, but Comic-Con's never been about gaming.
Yeah, but every now and then they kind of slip in some kind of announcement through Comic-Con, like some studios.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all kind of related, the whole subculture, comics, video games, right?
So Comic-Con's happening, and with this week, there's a couple of delays and a couple of announcements this week. So
a couple of little teasers too. We saw some new stuff.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. But who wants to start with what they went through this week? Because for one, I just want to say before we start with that, I want to say first that because I have no net, like my main ISP for internet is actually gone, and it's been gone for like maybe a week plus. It may sound kind of childish. I have no net for a week. I can't survive. But when I lost net it was pretty much the day I pretty much got a PS4, and so I was essentially using my PS4 without net the whole from when I got it up to now.
Oh wow! So you haven't really had an opportunity to really play with.
It feels like I'm missing out. It really feels like this console is really just not it's more of an online-only console. I can really feel the difference. That it feels like when everything's offline, like there's not much I can do. Like I play the games, whatever. But it feels different compared to the PS3 and Xbox 360. It feels like I'm missing out if I don't have any net attached to my PS4. Which is kind of weird. Like I didn't have that.
In a way, it's true though. Like a lot of these next-gen systems, like we make fun of Microsoft all the time about their always online thing, but it's kind of true. Like you really online now to get the full experience of your consoles.
Yeah, it's like I guess maybe Xbox One, how they were marketing it and all that, it was kind of too loud. That's why everybody kind of reacted towards it. But if they kept quiet, just like what Sony did, it seems like it became a need because like now I feel like I bought PSN Plus, but I can't really use it. I could have played online, I could have played Warframe, blah blah blah. I tried with my Smart. This is just how I'm recording now via Skype. I tried my Smart, but it's not really. It cannot work in gaming or anything online. But yeah, I feel the difference. I didn't feel that when I had my Xbox 360 and I had to connect it. I didn't bother connecting it via online. I didn't feel any of that. So, and right now, today I got because The Last of Us Remastered came out. I got the copy. I had to download some. I played the first few hours. No, I have to get the DLCs. I'll have to download that. I don't have it's not.
Oh, really? So the DLC is not on disc.
I have to double check if all of it because I have a voucher and I know that the story DLC. There's an option there. I didn't press it yet, but I know that I have a voucher here. It says for promotional code below to access downloadable content of the game. So I have a promotional code.
Hopefully that's just for the multiplayer and not the story DLC.
Yeah, I thought I was under the impression all the DLC would be coming on disc.
Yeah. No, but my point is if ever I buy these games and I have to get those DLCs and those downloads, and it really feels like I really do need net to really get it. And especially like you mentioned, day one patches. Thank God The Last of Us didn't have a day one patch or whatnot. Because you know how games are without those day one patches nowadays.
No kidding, right?
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that before we start the impressions, because I just felt that it's been a week plus, and then I feel lugi technically.
Yeah, that's actually a long time.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna come.
Thanks, PLDT.
Throw that name out there.
Yeah, it's my ISP. Anyway, who wants to start? I'm sorry.
Well,
Wait.
today actually, I finished the Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 4,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was kind of a nice episode overall because the last couple episodes, there's just lots of shit happening, and you feel terrible about what's happening. And this one seemed a bit like it took a break from all that and showed a bit more of a quieter moment. Showed a bit more human side of people, I think.
Do you think, I don't know, I'm pretty much updated with The Last of Us Season 2. I also played Episode 4. But do you think they actually pretty much speed up where they are? Like, one, they're in this part, and then next they're in this area. Like, there's like completely like different scenarios every episode, Like, pretty much literally
No,
concludes.
but what I like is like this is sort of like they just got out of a really bad situation, and this is the episode where we're seeing like how people really are now. Like for Kenny, for example,
Yeah,
he's
you
got
actually see.
so
Yeah.
he's gone through so much shit, you know, like.
Oh, wait, yeah, spoiler alert. Whoever has
Oh
played the
shit!
game.
I haven't played it yet.
No,
Yeah.
no, but
Episode
whoever
4.
hasn't played the whole Season 2, they might, know who Kenny is.
Oh yeah, shit. I'm sorry. Very hard to talk about this stuff though without the spoilers. But overall,
Yeah, it
I
is
think
hard.
it was a pretty okay. For once, I liked it. It was because it was once again, people versus zombies, not so much people versus people, and that was kind of refreshing because I felt the last couple episodes were all about the inter-people drama,
Yeah, which usually like, well, based on the World Walking Dead form, it's mostly like the survival first, and then the survival against the infection, and then they had to go against the community. But this one is like straight up community first, and
Yeah.
then technically infection. I actually get that. Episode 4 for me was okay. It was actually more of a shocker because like the ending conclusion episode 3 felt like, oh wow, that happened. And then like, okay, I want to do episode 4. And then once you do episode 4, it feels like the conclusion of 3 was like, it wasn't actually not that big of a deal in the end apparently. But it was actually a pretty entertaining episode. I hope they end it soon. I hope we don't see a month or.
Episode 5 will be. I still don't like the fact that like Clementine is a kid and still is more useful than like 90% of all the adults.
That's why for me, I don't know about you guys, but that's why for me this game is okay because I just really can't shake the fact that every time something has to happen, something has to be done. You see all the characters look down on this child and saying that please be our savior and just do something for us. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I know Clementine's a badass person. They established that pretty much in the first episode. How she has matured.
How she knows how to survive and stuff. Yeah.
You definitely established that in the first episode, and then as you went forward, they just keep on bashing you with that information that she's badass, she can definitely do it herself, and then they're all drama, and then Clementine's just in the middle of it.
But I kind of do agree that I don't know, the adults just seem so useless in this series. Compared to last season.
Last season, I liked the character.
Last season you were an adult, fair enough, right? But it also was more like, excuse me. Everyone seemed more competent. Even the supporting cast all seemed more like competent characters than this cast.
Yeah. And I don't know. How about you, Migs? What is your thoughts about maybe the flow from 1 to 3? Because you haven't played the 4th one.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Like most, if not all, of the extra characters are outright useless. And isn't the guy who looks like Nathan Drake there? What's his name? The dude with the long
Luke?
brown hair. Yeah, Luke. He straight up relies on you at episode 2 onwards. No, she can do all this shit, even though she's 10 or something. And then that's a bit much.
I really can't shake that idea that it was a small hole.
And all the other characters have been together longer than you've been with them, and yet they also don't know what they can do. They don't know what each person is capable of yet.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. She
it's
does.
really it's very there's a big disconnect between the cast and Clementine, and Clementine is a bit too much of a badass for
Yeah,
anything.
I think it was a bit too much. I think Clementine is. I can't say any more interesting character. She's just too badass. I'm not too sure. It's weird to say that it's actually a negative. She's too badass to the point that she doesn't feel as human as the rest of them, as the rest of the cast. Like they don't have their own problems and all that. But Clementine, she's stone cold, like on the ground. There's nothing. Well, based on how you answer the situation, but
Yeah, I guess
if you
that's
can,
because you are the player character, so it is still dependent on you. But
yeah.
like even the way she just delivers her lines is very like stoic and straightforward and
Yeah, I
calm
agree.
compared to everyone else.
But I think the reason why also season 1 was actually very successful is that you can be badass if you want with Lee and all that, but you'll always have that little like what if Clementine does this, like he'll be affected and all that, and then you have that little humane effect that I have to do this because I have to act humane, I have to
I
act
have to take care of
good.
this little girl.
Yeah, right. And with season 2, it's more like it's either you want to wuss out or just completely be a complete badass. And nothing matters really. But it's an okay. So far it's okay. Hopefully this the last episode will end the whole thing with a bang.
I really wonder if well, we can't say because we don't know what episode 5 is. I
Yeah.
still don't really know where this is all leading up to, you know? Like, that's been my other complaint since early on is like, there's no real direction. They're just sort of running
They're just
away
trying to
from
survive,
things
yeah.
or surviving, but, you know, the first one at least they were trying to get here and find Clementine's parents, you know? That was sure. That was very
Yeah, you have to
clear
get the
from the very
savannah.
beginning.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong, episode 4 ended up as Lee had to do something because a very important character was in trouble. Like, it became a really big cliffhanger. Like, everybody we wanted to check out the finale because, this happened. I don't want to spoil it. Season 1, yeah.
4.
Well, it's the cliffhanger there.
Episode 4, I think that was a rather exciting episode. They were already in Savannah, I think, in that episode. I'm not sure.
Yeah. But I see
also,
the difference.
it also feels that these episodes are shorter than the season 1 episodes. I don't know if that's something that...
I got that feeling as well, actually. It kind of felt a little bit shorter compared to the first one. Maybe I'm going through it faster enough. I'm not too sure. Maybe... Well, for one, it really feels like there's not much to explore compared to, like, the first one. There's not much, like, places where you're there and you're walking around, exploring, getting items and whatnot. This is pretty much, like... It's actually very action-based, actually. It's very intense. It's, like, constantly, like, you're always on the move in the story. You're not always in one place. Again, so far, I'm saying it's okay. It's not...
It's definitely not as... I definitely never hit the high that the first season did, I think.
Yeah, there's a big... I feel
so
a big gap.
far.
I feel a big gap.
It's hard to judge it still because it's really based off an incomplete, product, but... well, I mean, in the sense that I take these episodic games as a whole, right?
Yeah.
It's not a bad game by any means. It's very good, and I think it's still worth the money if you're a fan.
It's still better than the show, in my
I
opinion.
like the show.
I like the
That's
show
one way
too,
to
but I
put
think
it.
this is still better than the show.
True. True. Okay. That makes more sense. But yeah, episode 4 is out. You guys should check it out. I don't understand why we can only get it as a package. Why can't we get 3 episodes?
I don't know,
No,
man.
no,
I have it
here.
on PS3, so I don't know how it is on PC.
No, PC, we either don't get it or pay $25 for the whole thing.
Oh, you can't buy it individually?
No.
Oh, that kind of
What
sucks.
seasons?
I don't see it, or unless I'm missing it. I don't see it. In Steam.
No, he's saying you have to buy the entire season or nothing. Unlike
Well,
on console.
I've never bought it on Steam. I have it from what do you call it? From Telltale Games directly. So I don't go through Steam to play my Walking Dead.
Oh, but you can actually buy the game the episodes per.
Per episode, yeah, you can do that there if you want. I guess Steam only allows it for.
Oh, okay, then that was my question. Yeah, so it's just only Steam because when I got the deal, like so I think 60% off. I'm like, oh, but I have to get all of it. Oh, okay, I'll get all of it. Nothing I can do. Especially also The Wolf Among Us. It's also the same. What about you, Migs?
I've been playing more Dark Souls 2. I still haven't
God.
beaten that.
How's that going?
But yeah, I'm making progress. I found 2 bosses. I dealt with them. They died.
Okay, that works.
Good job.
Yeah, the last boss I fought was the Executioner's Chariot. And
that one was very hard to get. I don't know why. I was so dumb with that one.
yeah, because there's a gimmick to that boss. That's why.
Yeah, there's a gimmick, but I literally tried to like force kill him, like fight him through with his chariot on. That was so stupid.
Oh, you try to fight him the normal, like just like a regular boss, like a.
The stupid way, pretty much.
Does this stupid way work? Can you kill him that way?
I took an hour. I don't think I've never
Maybe
succeeded.
you can explain what the stupid way is to people.
No, okay, I don't want to spoil. I don't. Okay, fine. It's a. The stage is pretty much like a circular.
Yeah, it's a
area.
circle stage.
Yeah, and the boss pretty much is going through the only path you have on the stage over and over.
And there are like gaps in the walls where you can hide.
Yeah, because when
the boss is a chariot with a 2-headed horse, and the chariot wheels have spikes on the side. So it takes up the entire like walkway, and there are only a few corners on the sides of the walls where you can hide in.
So the hard way, what I was talking about, was pretty much fighting that guy as he was going through that whole circular thing over and over again, and that was pretty dumb.
And that's really hard because there are constant like skeletons that constantly keep coming back to life to mess with you.
I know like you see the waypoint or the gimmick to beat that boss, like if you actually explore. But
just run to the end and
I didn't. I didn't bother to walk all the way to the end or whatever.
To be fair, I tried to like run and gun it raw the first time too.
Yeah.
When I saw that wasn't working, I was like, "There's got to be a gimmick here."
But that was an hour of my life though. I was just so done with that one.
So yeah, I've been playing that, but what I'm going to talk about is I've been playing more Drakengard 3 again.
Oh, you were streaming that the other day.
Yeah, because I finally redeemed my 3 months of XSplit that came with my Live Gamer Portable.
Oh, okay.
So I was messing around with that, and I decided to pop in Drakengard 3. And I thought I was almost done with that game because I got to the end of this game actually has multiple endings, like Drakengard 1 and 2.
Okay.
But how that happens is you have to clear. It's essentially like a multiverse thing where in this scenario this happens, but in this one something else occurred and you were forced to go to this area. Then you fight like a different boss at the end, etc.
For those who don't know Drakengard, it's pretty much a hack and slash adventure game with a very angry sister and a dragon alongside her.
An angry sister and a dragon, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And then she's pretty much trying to kill her sisters for more power. Am I right?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's what he's playing. So how's the...
Because if you play through the first like initial story road, it doesn't explain a lot, even though the game ends. But then after the credits, it says, "Oh, you have unlocked branch B." And then like some other character that you don't know appears and say, "Oh, this isn't what's supposed to happen," etc., etc. So I think
the game?
It's quite a while because like missions are 10 to 15 minutes long.
Okay.
Just because of the sheer number of enemies, and you actually have to grind for cash because I unlocked the last story branch D. And the requirement for that is you need to purchase all weapons in the shop before you can play it. So yeah, there's a bit of grinding I need to do.
Cool. But how's your overall impressions of the game since you kind of finished it? Is it like
initially I was like the story was interesting. The game runs like dog shit, which is already painful. But like the story, especially since I unlocked the other branches, the story is very strong. And like I want to find out what happens at the end. Like I kept pushing through because I popped it in just to test the stream out, right? Like I said, and then I ended up playing for I think 4 hours straight. I only stopped because I have to grind for gold for the weapons.
It gets to that point. The game gets to that point where you have to grind.
Because I didn't know if I did. Because I upgraded a few of my weapons just to try them out. Because like you buy a weapon, and like the moveset for that weapon kind of sucks. So you have to upgrade it to unlock like a finisher attack or a charge attack or something. So the weapon is expensive enough, and so is the upgrade. So if I knew I needed the gold to buy the weapons, I wouldn't have upgraded some of the weapons that I didn't even really like. So yeah, that's it. So fair warning, if you're playing this game, don't upgrade your shit. Just stick with what you like.
When you're playing Drakengard 3.
How do you like the, how do you like XSplit though? How did you find it?
Yeah, how's that whole premium thing? You pretty much you popped up the 3-month premium thing.
Yeah, so I can now, because what XSplit has over OBS, which is what we use mostly, is
for those who don't know, XSplit is a streaming software, and you can there's a freemium version of the stream software, but you can also opt to subscribe and get like I guess it's a monthly subscription.
Features, yeah,
you get unlocked features, and what Biggie has right now is like a 3-month unlock.
Yeah, a 3-month premium unlock.
Yeah.
So like some of the features that were locked when you get the free version is you cannot record in HD.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're having a hard time with the SD already.
So you can't record not stream, record. You can't
record.
stream and record in HD if you have the free. And you can only record in FLV format instead of MP4. Plus you have the Speaks audio codec, which sucks. And you can only do maximum of 25 frames per second if you have the free. So the premium unlocks up to 30
with the premium.
FPS. You have until 30 FPS. You have until I think up to 1080p of HD, and you can record in MP4 format with the AAC audio codec. So that's pretty neat. And the reason why
there's a streaming software.
Oh yeah, I was about to get to that. We use mostly OBS, Open Broadcaster software, which is essentially the same as XSplit, made by a different team, and it's open source and free.
It's a little bit more user-friendly, though, I think, right?
Yeah. A little lighter on memory, a bit less user-friendly. But the one-up that XSplit has over OBS is XSplit can both stream on multiple channels at the same time with different settings, and also locally record with completely different settings at the same time, as opposed to OBS where you have to pick one or the other, either record or stream. And XSplit also has better...
Is there actually a subscription for OBS?
Oh, OBS is open source and free. Another one-up for XSplit is it has better X264 video codec processing than OBS.
What?
X264 MP4 codec. Long story short, XSplit can record better MP4 video than OBS.
Is it worth a subscription though for all those extra features?
Yeah, the extra features
how much has it?
I don't know the price because I just used the promo code I got, but the extra features are actually nicer than OBS, and I find it easier to manage. Just like their silence detection for microphones is better on XSplit, I find. But yeah, I don't have a credit card, so I don't know. Maybe once this 3 months is up, I'll just go back to OBS. And there's actually a problem with XSplit now with the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable, which is if you have the LGP stream engine on multiple scenes at the same time, XSplit just crashes. So that sucks.
Huh, that's cool. Well, I always thought about subscribing for XSplit, but when I got OBS, I was actually happy because we're very limited.
Maybe we can ask Bog Senpai to give us some promo code or something.
Well, maybe, but we know how the streaming capability is here in the Philippines because of the lack of upload speed.
Yeah, so. Not to mention, it's not like we're swimming in money either. We gotta be frugal where we can.
So let's go with the free shit first. Yeah, PLDT, you're expensive, but you're not working.
Yeah.
If only there was another option,
Yeah, if only PLDT wasn't monopolizing the whole damn market. Maybe it's too much. No, okay.
No, they probably know, man. I'm sure they do.
They probably do. I want to talk.
They're crying when they're tons of money. You know, they're using it as tissue.
They'll wipe their asses with.
They do. they put on they write down my concern on their 20 peso bill, and they wipe their ass with it. That's what happens. That's what happens to my concern every time I call for my net to come back on. But enough rage. I want to talk about really quick. Second Son, Infamous.
Go ahead.
I didn't get a chance last week, and because I'm done with the game, I am done.
Is it really as short as we thought it was?
It felt short, but it was still 10 to 12 hours of my life. So it's up to you guys.
When Arlie beat it in 2 days, that was just really him not doing anything else, I guess.
I finished it off in the weekend, and it's the weekend, and I didn't have any plans, so I kind of finished it also, like maybe give or take 2 days. But
how did you feel it compared to like the older Infamous titles?
I liked it just for the fact that there's so many powers to play around with. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's much more a lot of fun. You have much more options.
Isn't the main character like fire themed now? Because if you recall, in the first 2 games, Cole was a lightning themed hero. So...
Yeah. So in Second Son, you play as Delson Rowe, and he is pretty much a quote-unquote artist. Version. No, he's an artist, and in the start of the game, he pretty much has no powers. And one thing led to the other. He meets this conduit, which is pretty much the people in this game. That's what they call them. They pretty much absorb a certain power source for them to use. So they call themselves conduits. He encounters this guy called Hank, who has the smoke powers. And apparently, when he touched Hank, he was able to absorb his powers.
So he himself is a conduit also.
So he's in a conduit, but not on a specific power source. He's
absorption based.
He just absorbs powers.
He's like Rogue.
I see.
He's like Rogue, or he's like
Sylar.
He's like Sylar. Yeah, he's more like Sylar. Because Rogue can only get one mutant power or something. And
no, Rogue is like temporary, I guess.
Oh yeah, or he's temporary. But from what
Psylocke, Sylar eats brains, man.
He doesn't. Well, good for Desmond Rowe. He just touches the conduit and he gets. He
touches you.
Yeah. So long story short, with the main premise is. There's an organization called the DUP, and that's a group that's pretty much trying to scramble and pretty much contain all the people that have powers, all the conduits.
Oh, they're like S.H.I.E.L.D., but evil version.
Yeah, but evil version. They go to Delson Rowe's town, they start wrecking havoc. Apparently the leader of the DUP is actually a concrete-based conduit, so he pretty much put concrete on mostly all of Delson Rowe's townsfolk. So they have the concrete in their arms and legs, and apparently the only way to remove these concrete in their bodies is to actually remove them from the source, which is having this anti-protagonist do it, remove it. So that becomes the premise where he'll have to go to Seattle and pretty much hunt down this person, and since he can absorb his powers, he's looking for that concrete power so he can save his town. So that's how it starts off. And yeah, he's not fire-based apparently.
That's kind of funky. Like it's concrete, because that's not exactly a standard element, that you would.
It's man-made.
It's kind of weird. It's much weirder as you progress because you have the ability to get smoke. It's not really a spoiler. You get because you have the screenshots and everything. You get the ability to get smoke. You get the ability to get neon. You get the ability to get video.
Fuck, video is already super weird.
Video is actually pretty cool, but yeah, it's weird.
But when you say video powers, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I go to a plasma TV, I can absorb whatever is in that damn TV, and I can use it.
And you get wings and shit.
Yeah,
or something.
No, but those are the powers that you encounter in the game. But as you go through the audio logs and whatnot, there are conduits that are wire conduit, paper conduit. I guess the first protagonist was like electricity conduit.
Electricity, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of conduits apparently. There's like a lot of different sources. There's also like a grass conduit or whatnot. It's really weird. Like every
Grass
source,
simulator.
you can absorb grass or whatnot. So yeah, the concrete. But going back to the game though, the reason why I enjoyed it the most was the fact that it was a lot of fun. It wasn't more. I like the fact that when I'm walking around doing my stuff, I explode the APC of the DUPs, which is the enemies. And when I blow it up, there's smoke, so I can absorb that. And I start wreaking havoc, and I see a neon sign, I can absorb that. I have a new set of powers. Like it changes the way you play over and over based on where you are and based on what power source you have currently available in that area. So that makes it a lot of fun. And the animations, they really try to make it really fancy. Like, this is a very pretty game only because it's very particle effect-y. Like, there's so many particles going around in that screen of yours. And if you pretty much take out that, it's not that as pretty or not that next gen, quote unquote.
No, I mean, well, even from the screenshots, it didn't look that next gen as far as the character animations or.
The character animation is actually pretty good. The one thing I actually was pretty surprised was the fact that Delson Rowe was actually a pretty good character, a pretty good, interesting protagonist, and his brother. Actually, all the characters were actually very interesting, to be honest. It was actually a very pleasing story to go through. Sadly, I don't know. People thought it was too short for me, but it was actually a good length. The main story.
Well, there is a standalone expansion on the way.
Yeah, which is First Light. Infamous First Light, and it revolves around one of the conduits, which is pretty much the conduit that has the neon power, and you get her background, from what I understand. So that's coming up within the end of the year. And I don't know, my overall thoughts about Second Son was, its saving grace was pretty much the fact that the characters were interesting and the fact that the game was fun enough to the point that I was able to 100% complete the game. Like, I was able to finish
You were able to 100% it? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That speaks a lot for a game when you, especially an open world game, when you're willing to, 100% it.
Yeah, that, I hope you guys understand because I don't like tedious tasks, but the fact that the game was so much fun, I like just roaming around, doing the powers, doing whatnot, it made me like, okay, doing the 100% is actually fun. And that says a lot about gameplay. Because in Assassin's Creed, I've never 100% a fucking Assassin's Creed game. I do not want to get all those damn feathers. It says a lot. And yeah, whoever wants to get it, it's kind of steep in the price though, because it's $2,000 for the original one. But I think you can, but a sheer number of copies are out there. I'm sure you can get a second hand that's like somewhere in Green Hills or whatnot if you want to pick it up. It's definitely a good game. It's definitely something that's definitely worth that should be in your collection in the PS4. And I'm
So
pretty
it's
happy.
definitely right now. You'd say it's one of the must-have games for PS4 owners.
Oh yeah, if you get a PS4, get Infamous Second Son. You will appreciate, because it does look. It's definitely one of the prettiest games in the PS4s. They really pumped it up to really get that. Hopefully, get people to get. Oh wow, it's next gen. So
Right.
it's pretty good. I highly recommend it. You don't have to play the first or second game. It's completely separate. I did not find a single reference to the main character, like Cole McGrath, in the protagonist from the first and second game. Maybe I missed it, but I never found it.
Apparently there are references to Cole, but like they're very subtle and not like in your face.
Or that I'm a horrible person as a Infamous fan. But yeah, definitely pick it up. It's really good. I liked it. But yeah. Well, anyway, moving on, we'll be hitting the news, which is kind of light, regardless of, Comic-Con happening and that. So let's just hit Comic-Con right away. Like we said, it was pretty light. Tekken 7 was shown, like it was an extended length trailer.
It was still a CG trailer, though. I mean,
Yeah, it was still a CG trailer. We see more, faces or, bodies, but we don't really see
I don't give a shit about Tekken's story. That's just weird.
Yeah, that's my impression. I don't care about their family issues. I just want people to start fighting.
Remember how in Tekken 5 Heihachi was supposed to die?
But he didn't.
Then when they released Dark Resurrection, they brought him back, and apparently how he survived that explosion was the force of the explosion sent him flying halfway across the world for 8 hours. Then he woke up mid-flight or something like that.
Are you really?
That's how I remember the story was when I played Dark Resurrection.
No, I don't remember the mid-flight one, or he wakes up like, oh my God,
he woke up mid-flight and crashed into a graveyard, and then got up and said, "I'm gonna get my revenge," or some stupid like that.
Harada cannot make stories. I'll just say that right now. Harada's the creator of Tekken, man.
Tekken has like the worst story in any fighting game, and fighting games aren't exactly known for having.
Not really the worst, stories. But like there's always a single canon story out of all of them.
There's a single canon, but at least like Street Fighter, their backstory for each character is kind of interesting, like how Ryu became Ryu or whatnot. But how Kazuya became Kazuya or Jin became Emo Jin
down a mountain.
Yeah, it's too weird. And then they put kangaroos and pandas included in Tekken, and then they try
a raptor in Tekken. Don't forget.
Yeah, there's a raptor, and then there's a Filipino there. I googled that, by the way. There's a female and a male version of Filipino in Tekken.
Married.
But yeah.
There was another game shown also that was, I think, a bit more interesting, was the Legend of Korra game, which is being published by Activision but developed by Platinum.
Platinum Games, baby.
Mm-hmm.
We got a glimpse of gameplay.
And
that looks like a Platinum game.
It does. It looks like they just took Bayonetta and reskinned it, and they removed a little bit of the crazy from. And is that or not Bayonetta, maybe like DMC, I guess.
I think
that's perfect, to be honest.
I think it's running on the Revengeance engine or something, but they fixed
I see. Okay.
So
yeah, Platinum Games is the people who made like Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, the Bayonetta, and Bayonetta 2, of course, and then of course Wonderful 101.
Yeah, it was also formed by
they're well known for action games.
Yeah, and apparently whoever's fans of Legend of Korra, which is a Nickelodeon animated series, they're making a game which looks, like I said, it's actually a perfect mix because
really
the action that happens in Legend of Korra actually translates well with what Platinum Games are known for.
We're finally gonna get a good Avatar game. Finally.
Yeah, I'm really hopeful actually that you put Platinum Games with Korra or anything Airbender actually.
This opens up Platinum for like anything now. Like
if they do it right,
if this game does well, it'll give Platinum the chance. Like it'll make other companies consider Platinum now.
Yeah,
if they do this shit well.
No, they're already considering
Avatar games. Have there been other like Airbender games? Like
have they been any good? There were Avatar games on the Wii, on the Game Boy Advance. None of them were good.
Yeah, I don't remember a single Last Airbender. Actually, I played once. I forgot where, but
apparently the one on the Wii, which is like just arena combat, is the best, but it's still not very good.
Mm.
It's like really shallow, but it works, and that's the only praise it has. But this one looks solid. And did you watch the IGN interview for Korra?
No. Okay, what happened in the interview?
Because because obviously they're gonna make it appeal to the fans, like the casual fans of the show, and like the kids and everything. So like they have a mini game with Naga, the polar bear dog, which looks like Temple Run. So like the director said, like that's there for the kids, but like the combat will have extreme mode for the real Platinum fans, and like
that's nice. And then the real Platinum fans will also translate well with Korra fans, because I don't know if
they said
whoever haven't watched the series, it's so over the top,
good, man. So like they said,
the action is really good.
Yeah, the action has been good even in the older Avatar shows, but especially now in Korra, it's gotten even better. So that Platinum working on this is perfect. And they said that the game has an average of 3 playthroughs, because like the first time you play it on default difficulty, and you start off with only one of your bending powers, because some bullshit locks them, etc., and you have to like earn them back.
Unlock it, yeah.
Video game rules.
You have
And-
everything, but you lose everything in the start too.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
guys
like
have any
that Metroid
concerns that this is Activision? Do you have any concerns that this is Activision who's publishing this?
As long as they just
Like, do you
keep the
think
fuck
that?
away from Platinum, I'm okay.
You know what? Activision is actually okay in my book because EA is just
Yeah.
fucking up so far.
Activision isn't being scumbaggy as of late, so that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like they just have Call of Duty and they're just very nonchalant about it. It's fine. Like Activision's
Yeah,
actually
Call of
okay.
Duty
Like,
has no
we're gonna
jam.
pump one out every year, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, we
You know,
expect
it's like-
it and they don't shove it in our face. You know? And it's fine. It's like it's like NBA, it's like Call of Duty 2015. They should just call it that. But yeah,
They make it like
I
a
don't-
year thing.
yeah, I don't see a problem with it though. I don't see a problem with Activision.
John
With-
Madden. Call of Duty.
John Madden.
So,
Um,
for the Korra thing, they said that you beat it once, you unlock your moves on the way, then you play it again on the next difficulty, hard mode, where you have all your abilities. Then you can use some of them to platform around and reach other areas, etc. And then you play it on extreme mode after. So typical
Extreme.
Platinum Games things, you know.
Yeah.
That's neat. I'm excited. They
Well,
say
anyway,
it's
moving on.
It's going to be like a 4-hour game, which is okay for a digital title.
4-hour game? Wait a minute.
4 hours for one run.
Yeah, 4 hours. Oh, okay, fine. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt since it's having multiple playthroughs, but 4 hours.
God of War is 6 hours. That's
See?
a $60 game.
Really, was God of War that short? It seemed longer.
It seemed longer, yeah.
Short.
God of War, I think, was not short. The third one was not short. It was actually like God after God, but it was not short from what I remember. But anyway, moving on. Is that it? I guess is that the most significant one coming out of the Comic Con, aside from, movie-ish superhero, Oh, no, actually, no. There's another one. Sorry, there's another one.
There was something else that came out for Oculus Rift. They teased a
Yeah.
Pacific Rim Jaeger piloting sim game for Oculus Rift, which sounds fucking awesome. If they can pull it off.
So
They could be really. It might be really terrible, or it could be really incredible.
Or it could be awesomely terrible.
What if you really have to find someone who's drift compatible? That'd be boring.
You have to find someone drift compatible through IP or something. DNS is your drift compatibility through
IP and
DNS.
service provider.
We're going too deep into this, but it's actually, like what Mickey says, it can be terrible, but it can still be awesome because, like,
Be
dude,
awesomely
I'm
terrible.
I'm in a Jaeger and I'm flailing my arms and shit or something.
I'm in a giant robot punching giant monsters. How
Yeah.
wrong can you go?
Like the hit detection's kind of off, but I don't care. His
I've
head's
been
still
a giant
being
robot, I
smashed
don't
in.
care. It's broken as fuck, but
And
as
if I
long as it's
recall, you guys actually liked that really crappy Pacific Rim fighting game.
oh man, that
came
game
out.
was good.
I don't
The
know.
game
It's when you put monsters and even when you put robots and monsters in the game, it's just for me it's very hard to not like it.
Not just robots and monsters, giant robots and
Giant, yeah. You have like little skyscrapers like shoulder length for these monsters or robots. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the fact that VR is being used, in that kind of way. It was really cool.
Just makes
Like,
sense.
I wish I can be in a Jaeger and here you go. Here's like 15 minutes of your dream right there. And and that was achieved through Facebook. So thanks Facebook,
Thank you, Facebook, for the money.
which they officially own now, by the way. There's nothing else we can do. It's VR is now Facebook. You're now. There's another one for Comic-Con, and it's Marvel. And it's Marvel Contest of Champions. It's such a stupid name. Which is it's essentially a fighting game between Marvel characters.
What's wrong with that? Like,
No. Here's the kicker. It's for mobile.
Dude, it looks like Injustice on mobile.
Yeah. Well,
Did you see the gameplay?
yeah, I saw the gameplay.
It looks like Injustice on mobile.
No, I know. That's the kicker. Like, oh my god, it's Marvel finally now doing like the Injustice route.
I think it'll
it's
even
an
control
mobile.
the same from the gameplay I've seen.
Yeah. I don't know. Are we overreacting?
that to me screams that whoever's in charge of Marvel video games now has no idea about video games. They just see money. And
Yeah.
that's it.
Fair. People who own video
you,
game companies don't know about video games.
yeah,
That's
for the
another
most
truth
part,
as well.
sadly, but that's how the cookie crumbles, I suppose.
Hey man, if it controls well, it'll be okay. It'll also be okay if it's free.
It might be free in it. No, but I don't know about you guys, but I think DC have a better handle on like how they use their licenses in video games than Marvel, because I think I like more DC games than Marvel games overall.
Well, remember, I mean, they did that whole thing when they kind of took away all the Marvel licenses. They like Capcom no longer owns anything.
They delisted all the shit on the video game end on PSN.
So I remember thinking this is either really this could be something cooler, and this is not a good first impression, honestly. Having a mobile fighting game a la Injustice.
No, they should have.
As fun as the mobile game is, it's ultimately still limited by the fact that it's mobile. You're never going to see that on Evo. Or
yeah, I would have liked it if they did the Injustice thing where there's a fighting game on consoles, and then there's a mobile game that can coexist with that.
Exactly.
But it's just a mobile game now, so.
No, I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand why they could have not done that, because they obviously see that Injustice was actually a very decent game. I'm not saying that you should copy it, but I'm just saying that it would be pretty cool to have a fighting game where I can actually play as Spider-Man and go against Thor.
Yeah,
and
like
then actually do
a
combos.
proper Marvel fighting game. Because remember how bad.
Screw Capcom or whatnot. Like screw proper Marvel.
No, but I mean, and what would have been wrong by letting Capcom handle it anyways? I mean, they've been. It's not as if Capcom doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to fighting games. They know. They're probably one of the few companies that know everything there is to know about making a good fighting game,
Yeah, but that's just the suits coming in saying that Marvel is not trying to get a foothold of all their licenses. Sorry, guy, this is mine. We'll contact you when we want to do something, because Marvel's all over the place. Like Sony has like rights to Spider-Man, whatnot in movies.
Yeah,
Activision
true.
And Capcom has their own rights to know how to use their Marvel characters. Now Marvel is being their own entity. I guess that's Disney affecting the company. Like their Marvel is.
It's also because like they can't X-Men also that's a separate license altogether, right?
But that's for the movie license only.
It's
for the comics.
Is it not also everything else?
I believe it's only for the movies. Because I don't know, business is weird.
No, I know when it comes to the movies, I know that Sony Entertainment has a foothold on Spider-Man and X-Men and Fantastic Four.
No, Fox owns X-Men. Sony has Spider-Man and Marvel has everything else.
No, Fantastic Four is with Sony or Fox, because that's the reason why we have no Fantastic Four until now, because someone has it. I think it's Sony, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's Sony.
Yeah.
As far as I know, Sony, I think, lost Punisher, so it's back with Marvel now.
Oh, cool. But that's actually the reason. That's the reason why, for example, this Fantastic Four sequel's coming out, because they want to get the rights. The rule is they have to keep making a movie, or else they'll lose the rights.
That's why there's so many X-Men movies.
Yeah.
And that's why they still went ahead and made another Spider-Man movie, despite. I remember there was a kerfuffle before after Spider-Man 3 when they wanted to make Spider-Man 4. And there was a whole mess with that, I recall.
Yeah, it was just a big clusterfuck and everybody started leaving. But yeah, anyway, moving back to video games. Shit, Marvel, please give us a proper. No, actually, just give us a proper Marvel game in general. I don't I said a while ago. I love the Batman games thanks to the Arkham series. I love Injustice.
I've always dreamed that they would make a Spider-Man game a la Arkham, but I don't know if that will ever happen.
I want a proper GTA Spider-Man. That's what I want.
Did you not play the Amazing Spider-Man games? It has the exact same combat as Batman, except suckier.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes me kind of sad, though. It's like that. It's still linked to fucking movie licenses. Don't give me that shit, right? I want
Web of Shadows kind of shit. Web of Shadows is actually pretty decent from what I remember.
Web of Shadows it's decent. It's just not the best game.
Yeah, they just need to find a studio that's make a best Marvel game.
Remember that Beanox made 2 Spider-Man games before they did the movie games, and nobody liked that, despite them being okay. The
it's
Shattered
just not.
Dimensions and that other one that nobody
So it's
gives a
just
shit
not
about.
possible. It's just not possible. No, not. Well, maybe Spider-Man's just cursed, but what about X-Men or something? Because I think the only best game right now for Marvel that I can remember, like overall, is I think Ultimate Alliance, because that's a lot of
I
fun.
mean, no, that's dead now too because they made X-Men
Because life
Destiny. Remember?
sucks. They hate life.
No,
What?
no, remember X-Men Destiny?
Yeah.
That's essentially the same gameplay as Ultimate Alliance, but that game sucked. So I guess
And
that's
it's
dead now.
anyway.
Well, but did you guys remember seeing that canceled Marvel fighting game? It was gonna play third-person actiony. Then they had a
No.
trailer where Captain America was fighting Hulk in a city, and Hulk was breaking buildings and all that shit.
They had a lot of testing. They had a lot of prototype games. I also remember a Avengers game where you play the game and it's first person. It was really weird. It was a first person.
Avengers first. Yes, I remember seeing that. Also,
Yeah, it was
that
like
was weird.
it was like so alpha, or even before alpha, whatever's before alpha. It was so
It's
bare bone.
Steam Greenlight level.
Yeah, it was like it was weird. You see Captain America, you just see the shield like below the screen because you're first person, and then Hulk, you see his big hands as you run. I mean, it's just really weird. Yeah, I really wish they have a good Marvel game. And, hopefully they'll have a foothold of it like in a couple of years. Because now they just finally did their movies right so far. Anyway, moving on. Is there anything else on the Comic-Con side that is anything video game related? I think that's it, actually. Maybe I'll have to double check, maybe for next week. But now, you guys want to move out to Comic-Con? Or is there like last minute?
Yeah, let's keep going. Well, I don't think there's anything else we may have forgotten regarding Comic-Con.
Yeah. A lot of great stuff though for movie buffs though. Superheroes.
Oh yeah, lots of
Oh.
Supermans.
Ooh, yeah, so good. All right, moving
Godzilla
on.
fans.
Sorry, what?
Godzilla fans as well.
Oh yes, Godzilla. That these anyway, yeah, there's a lot of great stuff there. Let's move out and let's just do a quick mention. There's a lot of delay. There's 2 delays that was announced this week. For one, Dragon Age is now not anymore in October, but now in November. So it's not really a big delay, but they just want another month. I don't know why. So it's a 1 month push. It's a 1 month push, but it's fine. But the bigger one though is Battlefield Hardline, which is now early 2015. And that says a lot.
I mentioned this before the cast, but I really think it's just EA delaying it to be douchey and do some weird DLC pre-order first day crap that no one's gonna like. It's like, all right, you got the game, now how do we chop it up? That's the thinking I'm getting from them.
You know what I'm getting? They're trying to create a new slot for FPS. They're gonna
really?
try to,
I mean, they're still thinking that they need another FPS to fill out a smaller niche market that they may have missed.
Oh, this is me assuming that EA is smart, because like as much as like they keep attempting to try to like dethrone Call of Duty or whatnot in Activision, it's not gonna happen. Especially this year where they have Destiny and the next Call of Duty. Like there's so many FPS. Activision has it by the balls for 2014.
No, exactly. And then, like you've played the beta, I played the beta of Hardline, and we both felt like it feels like Payday more than anything else.
It feels like a DLC that's like worth, I don't know, $10 maybe.
But the gameplay is more similar to Payday, right? I mean, that's sort of what we...
more similar to Payday because it's pretty much cops and robbers, and then just instead of AI as your enemy in Payday, like compared to Payday, it's like actual players. But what I was saying a while ago is like I think that if I'm EA, if they're really pushing this new Battlefield game next year to early 2015, I think this should be their opportunity to create a new slot where players can expect an FPS on that specific month or that specific week. Because like in Call of Duty, we're always assuming that we'll have a new Call of Duty on November or maybe second week of November.
Right.
Yeah. So and then they've been trying to fight against that by throwing at the Medal of Honor or Battlefield. Yeah, no success. Battlefield 4 or 3, okay, but it never dethroned Call of Duty. So if I was EA, I'd say screw that slot. Try to conquer what Titanfall had this year. It was like around March maybe. Release it
Or
somewhere
just
around.
try to keep the Titanfall ball rolling in a way.
Yeah, like we got an awesome FPS. I think there was an awesome FPS. A lot of people liked it. I think we had an awesome FPS in March. Let's give Visceral Games more time to make an awesome FPS and send it also in March. And maybe we can get a trend here for a March release, because that's a good gap from November, December, January, February. That's 5 months. That's good enough for people to get sick of like whatever FPS that comes out next at November, if you know what I mean. So that's what I think EA should do with this kind of opportunity, with Hardline being delayed to early 2015. Because right now, if they actually release it on, I think it was planned to be, I think, also November. Oh my God, this could be another Medal of Honor horrible situation there. Because, like, yeah, like what Will said, it was not appealing. It didn't seem like it was worth like a $60 purchase. And Mick, you didn't get to play that, right? Like the
Medal of Honor?
Hardline. No.
Oh, Hardline.
Hardline.
The Hardline beta? No, I didn't. I did not.
I don't know. You guys let us. Why don't you guys let us know what do you think about this delay? Because I don't know. It might even come out to a point where we might even see 2 Battlefields, because I'm sure EA was actually expecting another Battlefield for next year, like maybe Battlefield Bad Company 3. So we might.
Well, they may not be trying to conquer, like, get that slot that Activision has, but it's certainly a case where they're trying to make sure they can keep something going in a yearly process, you know?
Yeah.
So.
But they're already out of it, since they already moved out Battlefield Hardline to next year. It's not anymore. It's officially, like, if they actually did release it this year, it'll be a yearly thing.
Do you think that means that they might have to push extra content for BF4 that wasn't in the original release plan? Because
Maybe.
I really hate the fact now that whenever a new Battlefield game comes, you can buy the season pass right away, and you know instantly from that point on they've already got everything planned for the year. And beyond that, you already know after this expansion there's going to be a new game, you have to buy that.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
there's never any more sense of like longevity or any. I don't know.
I bet when they actually announced the season pack and they show like the names and the themes, I'm sure they just got the name. They thought about the names, they thought about the theme, but they didn't thought about what's inside those damn packages yet. Because like it's very easy to go like, there's a DLC season pass. Here are 5 DLCs. This is Dragon Rising, blah 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 blah, all for $20. What's inside it? I don't know. Who will think about it in 2 months or something? I don't know. Stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's just EA being EA. But I'm actually pretty hopeful. I like the fact that they delayed it. Because, delay means more shit for Visceral Games to actually, make this a really decent
That's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
For me, I'm still saying it's just them, like, deciding how to chop up the content.
Yes. To chop up the content well. But yeah. Those are the 2 delays that happened this week. Moving on. We have it's not really a big announcement, but it's actually pretty quite of a surprise because people thought it was a rumor, but now it's actually pretty confirmed that Google's trying to get Twitch. But Google's now the word is to acquire the video game streaming service for $1 billion. $1 billion.
$1 billion. Well, you know what? That's still a lot better than Facebook paying $30 billion for WhatsApp or how many other billion for.
Was it $30 billion for WhatsApp?
For WhatsApp, it was a ridiculous amount of money.
That was a waste.
It was a ridiculous amount of money. Like they were like memes going around. It's like what Facebook could have bought with the money they used for WhatsApp. Solve world hunger 10 times over. You know, like shit like that.
Yeah. But Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg has a huge spending spree.
This is what happens when you just have too much money, man.
Yeah. Let's go to VR heads. Let's get a VR company. Let's make a VR for our social company. Why? I don't know. I'll think about it in a couple of years, but at least we have it already.
Exactly.
But yeah, Google. If this happens, Google having Twitch TV, Twitch TV is the is a streaming service that allows users to, or anybody to stream any of their gaming sessions for people to watch, to view. And Twitch has, like, in a couple of years, done so much for, I think, the Let's Play community, like the YouTube community, and also the esports community.
Oh yeah, they've done.
Because there's so many people watching games. I thought that was a stupid idea the first time I thought about. I set my eyes on it. Like, why would someone want to watch someone play? And then all of a sudden, people started catching on, and we see more users, and we see more personalities, more entertaining people, and then esports showed up. They started streaming their matches. That was more entertaining. And then all of a sudden, this blows up, Twitch TV. We are like seeing maybe millions of people watching every day. The US alone is like around millions already. What more in the world? And Twitch, I know, from what I remember, is almost close to like Netflix usage already. Like, that's how big Twitch TV has become. And Google acquiring Twitch TV for $1 billion. Is it a good match having Google like own Twitch TV?
I think so. Google's probably one of the more user-friendly tech companies, big tech conglomerates out there. So I haven't really had any issues with Google in the past. I see no reason why they would want to change something that works. They would possibly make it better with some additional Google functionalities. I don't know. I mean, I'm not Google, right? So
I don't know. I think Google's becoming the Disney of internet, where they just buy it whatever is there. Because they bought YouTube. I don't know, they're gonna buy Twitch TV. What else will Google buy? No, but that's another good thing that's actually a big plus. The fact that Google owns YouTube, so there's gonna be a good relationship between the two websites. Like, one's video based, one's streaming based, and it'll be easier for, I guess, content creators or viewers to actually, like, either put their videos on YouTube or actually watch vice versa or whatnot. So we'll see. What about you, Migs? You stream more often than like us. What do you think about Twitch heading to Google's site if it happens?
Well, Google has a lot of money, so maybe they'll finally give Twitch better servers, because you're watching a Twitch stream, your net is perfectly fine, but it still chugs at like the lowest quality.
That's PLDT.
No, but like sometimes Twitch is just really bad with like their servers sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm sure it gets congested. So
yeah, hopefully the Google money will help fix all that. I just hope that they don't pull a whole Google Plus force integration thing like what they did with the YouTube comments.
Yeah, that's the big negative. Like, if Google does acquire Twitch TV,
that's so fucking obnoxious. Like, even until now.
I think they're gonna force Google Plus. Yeah, I think they're gonna force Google Plus on us.
Like, when that happened, when Google fused with YouTube, we suddenly had 3 YouTube accounts under the same email.
Yeah, that was
because
weird.
It's like, oh, you need to make a Google Plus for this, but you can't use this name. You have to use your real name or some bullshit. So hopefully they've learned their lesson and we won't go through that again. But yeah, Google's cool. I hope they just stay cool, and as long as it doesn't affect like the majority of how we use Twitch, how we watch Twitch.
Yeah, if Google's happy of like,
I hope the copyright robots don't swarm Twitch.
That
like
might be a problem actually. Google is
no, but it's
one
live streaming though. That's going to be harder
ads,
to contain.
Like, if they start implementing like a lot of the Google ad stuff that might be detrimental too. But who knows?
Did you guys watch Evo Top 8?
I didn't watch it live, but
for Street Fighter, they aired Dawn of the Planet of the Apes trailer before Marvel. That was a little
really?
off-putting.
Did someone pay them to do that?
Yeah, I think it was Twitch required. So they ran a whole trailer of
Twitch required, or maybe they have sponsors of maybe
maybe, but everyone was just quiet.
No, I don't think it's Twitch, because I don't think Twitch was involved with the Evo tournament. I think it was a sponsor from I guess from the producer itself, or I mean the marketing team for the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
But that's cool though if you to actually get a trailer like that, because fuck.
Oh, Twitch actually has like ads now. sometimes, yeah, it'll run like movie trailers before the actual stream loads.
Yeah.
It's
No, and then
not
what
like,
more? It's not a Google ad, right? It's actually just a video of a trailer.
yeah,
Or whatnot.
it's not like YouTube that it's always there if the thing is monetized. This one is like every other time.
Mm.
So it's hard to catch it sometimes, but it's there now. There are Twitch ads actively running. So I guess we're going to see more of that, or maybe more worldwide partnerships for Twitch. Because like right now, that Twitch has partnership privileges and whatever now, right? That's not available for a lot of countries yet. So maybe the Google integration will like help broaden that aspect, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So yeah, as
But-
long as they don't fuck up, I'm okay.
There's a big possibility that actually it won't happen, and I think the biggest downside line is the fact that you have to use Google Plus. I don't think Google
If
will
that
definitely.
happens, that's still a big if. you
Yeah,
know?
this is still the news is pretty much to acquire Twitch TV for $1 billion.
I have
Yeah.
a feeling it might integrate it. Like, you know how Google, if you have a Google account, that's good for Google Mail, Google.
Yeah,
Google
you
Plus,
automatically
good for
have
everything.
a YouTube account now too, if you have Gmail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it might be something in that sense. We'll
And
see.
they've kind of toned down with the Google Plus obnoxiousness. So
I hate Google Plus with a passion. I'll
it's
just say
not
that right
in
now.
your face as much anymore.
Mm.
So hopefully they did learn, and yeah, we'll just wait and see.
We'll just wait
Why
and
do you
see.
hate? Why do you hate it so much? Have you used it? Like, you just don't like it, or?
No,
I
but
just don't like
'cause
the interface. Well,
Yeah,
Google
it's-
Plus in general, yeah.
it's kind of broken then, because like I know I'm logged into Plus, and yet I still can't comment or reply to a comment. Then I have to log in everything again, like from scratch, just to make it work. It's buggy as hell, depending on your browser. Then it's not easy. It's not easy to work with
I don't.
sometimes.
My Google Plus account, I have it for like 2 years now or whatnot, and I don't have a profile pic yet. So, just saying. I think Facebook is just enough. Like I don't want to get another profile for another social media site. Like Facebook is just all I need at this point.
I didn't like how they made one for you automatically without you knowing.
Yeah, that too. I didn't even make the temp account. I just had a Google email, but apparently a Google email, a Gmail equals a Google Plus account. So-
Like my personal YouTube account, I have 3 under me now. Because Google Plus decided to make one for each. Like my
because Google
my
decides,
Steam name
not
and
you.
my real name. Then I have my personal YouTube account separate pa. Because it's not
You
using
know,
my real
The
name.
thing is, overall, these are such like first world problems if you think
I
about
know it is. It's so stupid.
The benefits of Google that Google can bring overall, I think, more or less outweigh any potential.
That's why we're saying
negatives to
it's
this.
cool as long as they don't do this shit. Because
Yeah.
that'll mess with the account info, which actually scared me at some point.
Well, anyway, I think that's it for episode
No,
42.
there's one more. Sorry, one.
Oh, yeah, you wanna double-
just
yeah, go ahead.
one. We got another surprise announcement. Not really. People were kind of expecting it, but maybe it was just like, oh, finally it's here. Final Fantasy VII has been announced to get a remake now on PS4.
Oh, good.
It's a thing that's happening now, officially.
happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII, the game that just people just don't want to stop talking about it. Until now, it's like.
Oh
amazing.
yeah, people love Cloud and Tifa and Sephiroth.
I hate Cloud.
Even though they're
Cloud's
not
an
the
emo.
best characters.
Yeah,
they
Cloud's
love
so
them.
emo.
Well, I've never had the same love relationship people have with FF7 because I never found it to be the FF game, right? But for a lot of people I know, maybe a little bit younger generation than I am, like I'm in my 30s now, FF7 was like the defining Final Fantasy game for them,
Especially
Yeah,
here.
FF7 was my first Final Fantasy game.
right? And
Yeah,
for me, it's not. For me, I grew up on the Super Nintendo.
The
Final
FF4
Fantasy.
and
So-
6.
4, 5, and 6, right? So for me, that was the essence of Final Fantasy for me. I'd rather see a remake of those games. Well, not 4. 4 has had way too many remakes, but
Yeah.
5 and 6 for sure. I would be more than happy to see something from them.
I think a good portion of the Final Fantasy fans consider like Final Fantasy VI to be the Final Fantasy game.
Oh yeah, because 6 has a really good story.
6 is one of the best. Yeah, it's an absolute masterpiece. But okay, so they're remaking FF7. So what does that mean? We don't know that either. Yes, they're going to upgrade the graphics for sure, but will the gameplay remain the same? Will
I thought about it because FF7 is a really old game and it plays kind of like dog shit if you play it now.
No.
You dude, play it again. Walking around the map is horse shit.
I played it on the PS3.
I have it on the PS3. The game is hard to go back to. Like, not just on a visual thing, because the visuals are fine, but like, just walking around the map is horrible. But that can be fixed with a modern remake that they're gonna build from scratch. Everything's gonna be in 3D now. None of that pre-painted bullshit with no analog support. And like I thought about it because
7 had no analog support. Yeah.
I thought about it because the gameplay is old, but a lot of Final Fantasy games play more or less the same.
Right.
In a sense, yeah.
How long the fucking series has been going on, and as long as they make it like super cinematic and whatever, it can still work.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you imagine like it's gonna play the same, like the limit bar and the time gauge. But if you make the summons like super, like even before FF7 had really elaborate summons, but if you make it like, Crisis Core had really nice FMV summon sequences. So imagine the whole game looking like that. And with how big FF7 is. Because that's a long game.
And FF7 is one of those series that's actually been one of the more popular ones for Square.
Yeah, because it had a movie.
They did a movie. They did various spin-off games. They did a prequel game. They did a Vincent Valentine spin-off game.
They had a cell phone game, which is canon too.
Oh yeah, that's right. The cell phone game. Then there was, I think, they are releasing a bike mobile game.
Oh yeah, the mobile game of the bike arcade game from 7.
There's I don't know, because Final Fantasy 7, just like Will, like 4, 5, 6 is their starting. Like even for me, like my first Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 7, and there's from what I remember, I played the game so many times to the point that there's so many iconic parts in that game.
Yeah. Compared
to like me remembering 8 or even 9 or even 10, which 10 for me is like one of the best Final Fantasy games overall for me. There's just a lot of memorable ones in Final Fantasy 7, like the gondola, Cloud becoming a girl, getting the airship
not
for the first
becoming
time.
A girl.
Or that giant spoiler on the first disc that ends the first disc.
Yeah, that too. Shit, I should have not invested too much on that one. It's just so many memorable.
That's kind of what made it fun back in the day. Because, gosh, I remember that like all the rumors that were flying around when that came out. Like people were like saying, "Oh, wait, you can get her back. You can do all this weird shit."
Yeah.
Now with the internet, that's.
It's debunked.
Yeah. Oh, well, the one we're talking about is like one of the main characters, one of the most pretty much important characters. Aerith dies right after the first disc. It's not really a spoiler because, like, Jesus Christ, if you haven't played it.
No, funny how you say Jesus, because our batchmate Jesus, Pedra.
Yeah.
When we all had PSPs in college, he played FF7 there.
Yeah, I remember this.
We were in the school library and we just heard him go, "What the fuck? Namatay si Aerith?" Bursted out laughing like, "Dude, you didn't know?" Jesus.
But yeah, there's a lot of iconic moments in Final Fantasy VII. I just hope that if they do like push through in this project, they remake the game in modern technology, modern graphics, they just retain everything about that game. Don't add anything else.
Yeah, even if they just keep like the story exactly the same. Yeah, as long as it's presented like even if it looks like FF13, because FF13 looks shit, it looks really nice, right?
Yeah. I would change one thing about that game though, the chocobo breeding.
See there, like that. Yeah, that was actually pretty cool too, because like you.
Yeah, but it's needlessly complicated, but yeah.
It was. But it was so deep to the point that mini game became like, if I do this and that, I have more access to locations.
That was like, if you could do that successfully and get the fucking Knights of the Round
the
summon, you were the man. You were the no one can doubt your mastery of that game.
I remember I high-fived a friend when he got his first Knights of the Round Table. I high-fived him.
Me and my 3 neighbors were playing. We played each other's FF7s just to get that summon. Like 3 people playing one RPG at like 3 different save files because we all had our own, just to help each other get through that game.
Oh man, it was so much. Actually, to be honest, it's actually more rewarding to actually figure out how to get to the Knights of the Round Table when the internet was not like what it is now.
Yeah,
because like when you're going around the map, you see that island, right?
Yeah, like what the hell is that island?
And there because there's a forest and it's surrounded by mountains. Like what the fuck, man?
How do you get there?
You go to school and like one of your classmates is like, "Oh, you can bet the best summon in there and all this bullshit."
It becomes word of mouth based.
Yeah. I actually do hope that if they re-release this, they might as well throw in the prequel game in it, the one with
Crisis Core.
Yeah.
Oh, but that might not happen because remember, the singer Gact,
yeah,
Japanese singer who is Genesis. Like they based Genesis look off Gact, and Gact actually voiced him.
Mm-hmm.
Gact is the reason why we're not getting anything Crisis Core anymore.
Why? Lawsuit?
Something like that, like a licensing, like, "Oh, it's my face, bitch. You can't use that shit." Gact is being a jackass or something.
Artists being artists.
Yeah. Just give me more money so you can use my face.
No, but long story short lang, with the whole Final Fantasy remake, there's so many iconic, like, scenarios that happen throughout the game.
The game itself is okay, it's just that the characters are really shallow.
Yeah, I just wish that they keep everything
inside. Tifa is the eternal friend zone. Barrett is black.
What?
Barrett is black.
That's what I was gonna say.
What Japanese people think of black people.
Yeah, he swears a lot, and he's so black. That's it.
And yeah.
But FF7 is an okay game.
No,
I wouldn't mind seeing it remade. It's just like they have to do it right.
There's a lot of generations that hasn't even seen Final Fantasy 7. Like,
yeah, there are kids who started with 13, and that's all they know.
Yeah, and they're missing.
That's not even a joke. Like they thought, like the title Final Fantasy 13 was it, because then you have Final Fantasy 13-2 and 13-3.
And
so
Lightning
what the
Returns.
fuck anything else is.
So Square Enix was able to screw themselves over without even noticing.
Yes.
Wow. That's what.
Like when I first heard about that, I thought it was a joke, but there are actually people who don't know anything before 13. That's a little sad.
Then it's about time Square Enix just like suck it up, stop, get their head out of their ass and just start remaking the old classics. Make Final Fantasy 6 remake.
Well, they did
make
a
a Final Fantasy 7.
They did a really good job with 10 and 10-2.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think that the remake of that was very
that was one of the better selling games in Japan when it came out.
Yeah. And I still think that FF10 is still one of the greatest games because I like the characters.
But
and the combat.
they should fix Final Fantasy 6 for iOS because I heard that game is broken.
I'm sure they fixed it already, but yeah, I remember there's a bug where you cannot progress anymore if it happens.
Something like that.
Yeah. So I'm still hopeful.
They need to also like. Well, 4 has been remade to death and back. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, 4 is everywhere.
I mean, I like 4 a lot, but I don't like it that much to have played it. To pick it up 3 times over.
Triple dip it.
And apparently each version is like better than the other, or some are inferior.
Yeah, exactly.
That's weird.
And Square Enix wonders why they're losing money. That's funny though. But okay, good for those whole diehard fans on Final Fantasy 7. It might happen.
It's coming back.
It's gonna come out in the
and,
PS4.
We're all gonna get PS4s eventually anyway.
Yeah, and then
because Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, is that gonna be your defining game, Kingdom Hearts 3?
It's
I just hope they wrap it all up, finally.
They won't, because they said it's gonna be the end of Sora's story.
Oh no!
Not Hearts. So
that's okay. I forgot that. I honestly forgot the Kingdom Hearts story, so I don't really.
We're never gonna see the end of it.
I bet they're rushing right now to finish the Frozen level. After the movie came out, they're like, "Oh God, we gotta have Frozen."
Gotta add this shit in. Let it go.
Let it go.
It's gonna be like a mini game where you have to like dance to the beat of the song or some shit, like that Little Mermaid stage in 2.
Oh, speaking of requirements for your PS4, I got my requirement already. Like, like the reason why I want to get a PS4. I finally got it.
Oh yeah,
Metal Gear?
What?
Is it Metal Gear?
No, that game's not out yet, dude.
It's not even out yet.
Oh, it's out now. Okay.
The Last of Us is now in my hands.
Yeah.
The Last of Us remastered HD.
Yeah, I played for a couple hours and I don't see a difference because I don't have a basis. It just looks amazing. I don't know which is better.
See the difference?
I don't have a basis. I never played the PS3 version.
No,
Because my
you
PS3
want
locked up
to
before
see
it
the
came out.
difference? Lock the frame rate at 30 because that's a feature.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Frame rate, is that it? Is
Yes.
that the...
The PS4 did not run at 60. The PS3, rather, did not run at 60. It ran like 30 to 25.
Shit, I'm gonna put 30 to 35 when I'm done with the game for the first time.
But I'm just surprised that your voucher thing, it still came in a voucher and didn't come in on disc. But, let us know when you have internet. And
I'll double check on it, yeah, I'll double check on it first. But I can't really touch the DLCs to really see first. Because, yeah, I have no net and,
And you need to beat the game first anyway.
Yeah, I finally met up with Ellie.
Hours.
I finally met up with Ellie and I don't know, I'm pretty excited. I like how it's going so far. I'm starting to dig the game already.
So yeah, that's it. Like, the difference is the PS4 runs at 60.
Just that. And then they added like shadows and whatnot.
And that movies, like, for a cinematic view, they run at 25, 24 frames. So if you just want to see it cinematically, make it like 30. But video games, so make it 60. The way it's meant to be played.
Should I bother like touching the 30 FPS or just like go on the natural?
Can you change the FPS in the game?
Yeah, I think I remember someone saying that there's an option to do that. I just forgot.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Just treat it like the 3D feature on a 3DS. Turn it on, see how it looks,
and then turn it back on.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't like it, turn it back
I'll
off.
do that. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm sure it's just an option, so I'll just do that. But yeah, I think that's it for episode 42. Is there any last minutes before we, close it off?
I'm gonna, maybe tomorrow, which is yesterday if you're listening to this, I'm gonna be streaming The Walking Dead episode 4, season 2.
Oh yeah, or just, watch the video. Yeah, watch the YouTube.
Yep, and upload it to YouTube in HD.
But yeah, guys, thanks for listening in. We have an episode every Tuesday, so we would really appreciate it whenever you guys listen to our episodes. You can subscribe to get updated for any new updates or episodes that come out. Please rate and comment; it would greatly support us. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Too Much Gaming. If you want to check out our previous episodes, go to www.toomuchgaming.com. That's 2 with number 2. We have an archive right there. If you do not, want to check out the iTunes library, because right now we can only hold 10. Like it just overwrites itself. We're gonna have to fix that. So if you want to have to see the archives, head out to the website. See our very first episode is right there.
And how it's changed over the
How
years.
it's changed
Also on YouTube.
Over the years.
Over the months. Over the months.
If they can't find it there, that's the podcasts are also on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, there. Mickey makes the video video version of the TMG podcast, and he's doing a great job. We might do Google Hangouts. We actually have a video
We're
format
gonna look
already.
at that because they're buying Twitch now.
Yeah, they're buying Twitch. That's what. It's fine. Check out their YouTube videos, TMG blog. Mickey does a ton of work there. Great stuff. Great shenanigans. Let's plays.
Check out our Magus Let's Play. Best game ever.
Best. It's still a 2014 contender.
Part 2 is still on its way.
Oh shoot! You're still working on that.
I still have that.
But yeah, this is too good. He has to do it justice. He
has to do it right. He has to wait.
I will never forget that game.
He needs to delay it until it's proper.
I remember every single thing that happened in that game.
Really? Because I don't.
It's burned into my mind.
Thanks, guys, for listening in. This is Carlos, Will, and Mickey. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye, guys.